Alright, so what this video is going to show you to do is how to create a plane so that you can create this Lego up here on top. The reason you need to create a plane for this is because you need to draw it right here on this view, and you don't already have a plane there to draw on. So this represents the Legos you just saw in that picture. To create plane, you want to come up here to the drop down and find the plane tool. The other way you can do this if you can't find it is you can literally type plane right here under the search, and there's plane. And now what we're going to do is we're going to offset a plane, which just means specify a distance to offset a known plane or a plane that you already have. So we want it to be 8 millimeters because we know that every Lego piece works in increments of 8. And what do we want to offset it from? We want to offset it from this surface. And you can see now that it's coming out this way. We actually want it to go in the other way, so I'm going to say 8 right here. And I'm going to flip this black arrow so that it goes in the opposite direction. Now you can see we have a plane going right through the middle, which is where we need to draw that sketch for that sloped piece. Let me show you that again. So now you can see that this sloped piece is right down the middle of those two nubs. Okay, so now I can pick that plane and say sketch on that plane. And now the last thing I want to do is, because I want that Lego to be right on top on this top surface, I'm going to say use. So the use tool, hopefully you remember this, projects a shape from one sketch or one surface up to the other. So I'm going to click this line. And as you can see now, that line exists going right down the middle. So that represents the bottom of my Lego sloped piece. And now I'm going to just rough this in. So it looks something like this. And I think I missed getting it. Did I? No, maybe not. No, it's on that line. And I don't want it to snap to the midpoint. And what are the dimensions of the Legos? They are, we know that it's 9.6 tall. That is not what I want to have happen over here, so no big deal. We can just drag it back up. And I don't honestly remember the dimension of that. I think this is 2.2. Yep, and then we know that this is going to be some increment of 8 because all of our Legos are, and since it's only one nub wide, that's going to be 8. And the reason it is not fully constrained, as you can see, I can stretch this and drag it, and it's not doing it's not at the right distance. So what we still need to do is set how far in from the edge it is. So I'm going to dimension it from here over to there, and that also is going to be 8. And now the last thing we need is the dimension across this brick, which we know it's 2 times 8 from all of our Lego modeling. And there you go. That's the sketch we need. And if I rotate this view, you can now see that that Lego, the surface of that Lego sloped piece is drawn on here. It doesn't matter that this is extending beyond the sketch. It's as long as you have this closed area here, you should be fine. And now I'm going to hit extrude. And obviously it's going the wrong direction, so I'm going to click that. And I want this to be, it's 2 bricks wide, so it's 2 times 8. And the reason it was giving me an error is because it was set to, I believe it was set to add, but now it's changed to new. So you want this to be new so that it's a new Lego piece. And all you would need to do now is add the nubs on top, and you are done with that.